Okay, I wanted to do one more video. This is sort of a, I guess, PSA or what are those things called? When you're kind of doing like a public service announcement. When you're trying to save the world, trying to be like Joe Rogan and his epic podcast. I mean, I don't think his podcast gets enough credit for what he is doing. And this is Joe Rogan Experience. One of the people who I will watch a 2-hour podcast is Shane Smith. So listen to this. This is about autism. And we're going to talk about eating shit. And can you believe? Here we go. Check it out. Here we go. Eat shit. Remember this? This is from the movie The Help.
Oh.
Minnie's chocolate pie.
Nobody wanted to hire a sass-mouthin' thieving nigger.
Sass-mouth thieving nigra.
Did they?
PSA about autism. Did you know that one of the treatments for autism is, well, here you go.
How's this gonna show me?
It's the pie is delicious. Glad you like it.
If
The Help. You have to go watch this movie. It's really
I'll
good.
have to cut your pay $5 a week.
She is such a bitch. Not her.
Dad,
Oh, here you go.
what do you put in
this pie? It's so awesome.
That good vanilla from Mexico. And something else real special.
Real special, baby. The mean girl, the ultimate mean girl.
That's Miss Hilly's special pie.
Don't be eating the shit pie.
Mama can have a piece.
The shit pie? Nah, not for Mama. For the mean
I
girl.
got one.
Not cutting no shit pie, but for Penelope here.
Eat my shit.
Eat my shit, mean girl. Oh, shit.
What did you say?
What did you
I
say?
said eat.
My shit. You're like, what the fuck? How does that have anything to do with PSAs and public service announcement? And did you know?
Just give me another fucking 10 years.
Joe Rogan.
So that I can get to, this.
Listen to
sort of
this.
thing. And I think a lot of people with a
But
lot
this
of
is-
diseases that hitherto have been
This is Shane
incurable
Smith.
are
He's
sit-
talking about probiotics and how antibiotics really are destroying our guts, and how the research now is showing us that Parkinson's and a lot of what we'd consider elderly diseases are starting in our guts, and when we are killing our gut lining with these antibiotics. So how do we rebuild the gut? This is Joe Rogan Experience. Shane Smith talking about fecal transplants.
Because it's going exponentially when you can map the genome.
This is Shane
and figure
Smith.
this out and we can rewire that
He's the
fucking
editor
thing.
for Vice.
Well, there's also more understanding about nutrition now than ever before,
Yeah.
and the causes of all these illnesses, and a big part of that is inflammation,
Gut
health.
gut health.
Yeah, gut health, and that pertains to a lot of it. Pertains to your diet, and
It's interesting
also
how it
the
all comes back to
overprescription of
diet.
Antibiotics. I was listening to
100%.
this podcast
Destroys your
today.
biome.
Yeah, I was listening to this podcast today where they were discussing. This woman was discussing having. She had some sort of an illness, and they gave her two. Oh, she had an ear infection, and they gave her 2 big doses of antibiotics, and she was fucked up for a decade.
Yeah.
Just she had constant pain, chronic pain, all these illnesses and injuries, and then finally she went to a homeopathic doctor, and the homeopathic
Probiotic.
doctor sorted it out with probiotics, and she
I had the
thought it
exact
was
same thing.
bullshit. She was saying
Now
like
listen
the
to
woman,
this.
her name was like Snowflake, and her child was Moonchild.
Oh, I
and
had the exact
Stardust.
same thing.
Listen.
It was not Stardust. It was a great doctor called Dr. Lippman. He's an internist. And what happened was I had a flesh-eating stomach parasite
Oh Jesus!
and dysentery. I got it in Afghanistan. I came back and I was in trouble. I was bad. Went to the sort of tropical disease center, and they're like, holy shit, we have to get this out. And
Like,
so,
what did it look like?
well, I took super strong antibiotics. And afterwards, I was like, I'm fucked up. Like, I'm seriously fucked up here. I can't get out of bed. Like, I'm messed up. And this guy goes, he's like this internist, you gotta go see him. So I go see him, and he's just like, you need a ton of probiotics. You need to rebuild your
Probiotics,
biome,
baby.
right? And so I did. I just took a ton of probiotics, and he put me on this shit, whatever. I was a new man, right? Because all your immune system, everything is there. Like, now they found out. So, what was happening was C. diff and Crohn's disease and all these things were happening because there was superbugs in hospitals because they were over prescribing antibiotics. And so they started doing fecal transplants.
Fecal
Yeah.
Healthy
transplants.
shit.
I
and
tried to explain that to someone. They thought I was joking.
it redoes your biome. And by the way, it was incurable before. People are dying, and then they do a fecal transplant, and they're cured. Why? Because it replenishes your biome, right? And you're completely destroying it with antibiotics. We did a piece on it, the post-antibiotic world, where they just stop working. And if you don't come up with shit like fecal transplants, you're
Shit, is that
fucking
a
dead.
pun?
So I went.
Is that a
through and
pun?
I've gotta
If we don't come
say,
up with shit,
you know,
like fecal bi-
fucking
what?
let's spend some money on that.
Look at this. Autism symptoms
Yeah.
improve after fecal transplant. Small study finds. That's they're finding out that it has something to do with autistic.
Also Parkinson's and Alzheimer's.
Yeah, but
the plaque.
the severity of autism symptoms and all the traits that they exhibit.
you guys hear that?
Something has to do with their gut biome.
The gut biome influencing from autism to Parkinson's to Alzheimer's. I mean, and it all starts with an overabundance or an overuse of antibiotics. Joe Rogan, holy shit, one of the smartest people in the world. I love what he's doing with his podcast. I mean, he's been an inspiration to me. I mean, he gets up to like 95 million hits. But, you know, if you have the bandwidth to listen to some of these podcasts, I mean, he has some of the most interesting people on there. The one with Artie Lang. In fact, I should probably do a Fibonacci 10 of the best 10 Joe Rogan podcasts, like the one with John Jones, obviously Shane Smith. Anyone that you can watch with Shane Smith, you're going to learn some good stuff. Until then, here's the magic phrase of the day. Eat my shit, or fecal transplants. The Mean Girl. Go watch The Help. In fact, I even did a movie review of Denzel Washington's The Fence, or Fences, and one of the actors or actresses from The Help is the leading role in The Fences. You guys be good. PSA is out. Fibonacci, fecal transplants. Eat shit and live with the biome. Holla.